Let's take a look at that macro news flow and, of course, look at how the market has taken this news. Overall, though, it seems that the bank is looking at a neutral stance for the remainder of the year. 9.5% is where that key lending rate stands right now. Is that what the market is pricing in?
Yes, that's pretty much what the market expected. I mean, if you look at inflation has not been between the target range of 3 to 6%. Because of increase in international oil prices and anticipated large increase in administered prices, as well as increase in government levies and food prices.
There are concerns about growth going forward, given Botswana's market is still very much geared towards demand, of course, diamond demand going forward. But what are your thoughts right now in terms of what the population is calling for? Do businesses need interest rate cuts in order to help them, help businesses and help spur lending, really?
I would say at the current interest rate level, I think most businesses are pretty much satisfied with the current interest levels.
So business is satisfied with the stance from the Reserve Bank there. Let's move on and take a look at the equity market performance, because the market ending the 4-week winning streak that we saw and closing down by 0.3%. That was the DCI. Which are the biggest stocks which weighed on the market last week?
Last week, if you look at Engine and Olympia, even though they came down a bit, just Olympia lost 8% and Engine went down just 0.4%.
A lot of activity around financial stocks last week. The likes of Letshego, Barclays and BIHL moving a lot of stock on the week. And of course, Letshego coming out with its results. Your thoughts on those numbers that we saw, of course, much anticipated full year numbers for 2012?
Yes, I would say so. I mean, if you look at most of financial stocks, especially your Letshego and your BIHL, they're trading they're looking very attractive with their current PEs at the moment.
In terms of those Letshego numbers, though, because drilling into the numbers, looking at operating expenses jumping by 54% on the period, we know that the company has been growing its presence in Mozambique, startup costs there. What are your thoughts on the cost of expansion for Letshego right now and how that's impacting its ROE?
I think if you look at their cost-to-income ratio, even though their costs are increasing, their income is also increasing at a faster rate than cost. So in the long term, we expect the cost to come down.
So managing expansion, let's focus then on what the market is focused on right now. Which of the stocks at this point in time do you see as grabbing attention from players in the market this week?
This week we'll be looking at G4S. There are rumors in the market about their acquisition. Initially, the competition authority declined the acquisition of some small security firm, but some news coming up G4S might be able to acquire that security firm.
Let's quickly focus in on the currency as well, because so far this year the pula has been stronger against the dollar, the euro and the yen, but fallen back slightly against the pound and the rand. What are your thoughts now on the likelihood of the pula now falling back against the likes of the euro and the dollar, as we have risk aversion very clearly in the markets back again, with all the concerns around what's taking place in Europe as a result of the elections in France and Greece?
Yes, that's pretty much what we expect going forward. We are expecting the pula to be under a bit of pressure. Obviously, the news coming out of Europe and obviously uncertainty surrounding the American economy and the world economy at large.
Karabo, thanks so much for joining us today. Karabo Tladi from Motswedi Securities.